Michelle came to Real Housewives of Atlanta looking for a peach, but at this point, she might feel like she walked into an ambush. Now, before y'all come for me in the comments, hear me out. It seems like every time K. Michelle turns around, she's either beefing with somebody, defending herself, or trying to figure out who's really rocking with her. First it's Drew, then it's Porsha, and at this point, fans are starting to ask the same question. Is K. Michelle exposing real issues in this friend group, or is she fighting battles that only exist in her head? Because depending on who's watching, she's either the only person paying attention or the only person in the room hearing alarms that nobody else can hear. And honestly, that's what makes this whole situation so interesting. K. Michelle came to Real Housewives of Atlanta looking for a peach, but at this point, she might feel like she walked into an ambush. Now, let's talk about it, because if you've been watching this season, K. Michelle's experience on the show has been anything but smooth. And what's interesting is that this conversation is no longer just about Porsha. It's no longer just about Drew. It's becoming a conversation about K. Michelle herself. When she first joined the show, a lot of people thought she was exactly what Atlanta needed. K. Michelle has never been afraid to speak her mind. She's opinionated. She's outspoken. And let's be honest, reality TV has never really had to wonder what K. Michelle is thinking, because she's going to tell you. But what happens when somebody who is used to calling things exactly how they see them walks into a group where everybody already has history? That's where things get tricky. From K. Michelle's perspective, she seems to feel like certain things aren't adding up. Meanwhile, from the other side, some viewers feel like she's walking into situations already expecting the worst. And that's where the Porsha situation comes in. Because at the center of this entire debate is one question. Is K. Michelle seeing something everybody else is missing? Or is she connecting dots that don't actually belong together? And if we're being honest, fans are completely split. I've seen people say K. Michelle is the only one keeping it real. I've also seen people say she's turning every side out into a conspiracy theory. Now, my personal opinion, I think both sides are missing something, because joining Housewives is different from joining almost any other reality show. You're not walking into a blank slate. You're walking into years of friendship, alliances, grudges, and unspoken rules. That's enough to make anybody second guess themselves. And sometimes when you're the new person in the room, every joke feels personal. Every comment feels loaded. Every disagreement feels bigger than it really is. Now, does that mean K. Michelle is wrong? No. Does it mean Porsha is wrong? No. What it means is that they're watching two people experience the same situation very differently. And that's why the storyline is working. Not because of one argument, not because of one comment, but because viewers genuinely can't agree on what's actually happening. One group says K. Michelle is exposing fake behavior. The other group says K. Michelle is creating problems where there aren't any. And the truth is probably not as simple as either side wants it to be. What I do know is this. Nobody expected K. Michelle's first season to be this complicated. But sometimes the hardest part about joining a new group isn't making friends. It's figuring out who's really your friend in the first place. And that might be the real story we're watching unfold. Because that's just my opinion. Do y'all think K. Michelle is picking up on real tension? Or do you think she's reading too much into the situation? Let me know below, because this one has the fans divided. Here are my final thoughts. I don't think K. Michelle is completely wrong. But I also don't think everybody is out to get her either. Sometimes people are moving funny, and sometimes we're carrying old baggage into new rooms. The hard part is knowing the difference. And right now, that's exactly why fans are divided. But what do y'all think? Is K. Michelle exposing real tension, or is she reading too much into the situation? Drop your thoughts below. And if you like your tea with a little perspective, make sure you subscribe to Inside Jazz, because over here, we don't just sip the tea, we read between the lines. I'll catch you in the next one.